What happened to the FIRE movement? Imagine this. You're 35 sipping coffee on a Tuesday morning, not because you're on a Zoom call, but because you've just decided that today is Hike a Mountain Day. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for a while it wasn't just a dream, it was the goal. The FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, was the flex of the 2010. But wait, where did all the buzz go? Is it still alive? Or did the dream burn out in the chaos of inflation, pandemic layoffs, and skyrocketing housing prices? Let's unpack this, shall we? The rise of FIRE. A spark turns into a flame. First, a little history. The FIRE movement didn't come from financial advisors in suits. It came from everyday people, teachers, engineers, even millennials drowning in student loans, who decided they didn't want to spend 40 years chained to a desk. The idea was simple. Live frugally, invest aggressively, and escape the rat race as early as possible. Blogs like Mr. Money Mustache and Early Retirement Extreme turned into cult classics, inspiring people to trade avocado toast for index funds. By 2018, FIRE wasn't just a niche idea, it was the lifestyle goal. Social media exploded with stories of people saving 50%, 60%, even 80% of their income and retiring in their 30s. FIRE meetups were popping up everywhere, and honestly, it looked like the dream was catching fire. The early adopters of FIRE didn't just stop at inspiring others, they built a movement with tangible tools. People shared spreadsheets, budgets, and strategies that demystified the process. Communities thrived as they debated the best ways to optimize savings, cut expenses, and grow investments. And it wasn't just about the numbers, it was about rewriting the rules of how to live a meaningful life, starting with intentionality. The spark fizzles. Reality check. Anyone? But then, the world happened. A global pandemic, market volatility, and inflation numbers so high they could make a FIRE enthusiast choke on their oat milk. Suddenly, retiring early wasn't looking so easy. Housing prices, through the roof, healthcare costs, a ticking time bomb. And let's not forget the fine print of FIRE. Early retirees relying on investment income faced market dips that made even the boldest frugalists nervous. For many, the dream didn't die, it just got complicated. The aggressive savings rates felt out of reach for those living paycheck to paycheck, and skeptics started asking, is FIRE only for the privileged? And let's not ignore the emotional toll. Pursuing FIRE often means sacrifices, delaying vacations, skipping outings, and saying no to everyday indulgences. For some, the strain of watching every penny made the journey unsustainable, especially during uncertain times. The pandemic magnified this, as people realized that saving wasn't just a financial challenge, it was a mental one too. The FIRE mindset, while empowering, wasn't always easy to maintain under pressure.
I'm feeling the pressure.
Evolving flames, a smarter, more sustainable FIRE. Here's the twist. The FIRE movement didn't disappear, it evolved. Enter the FIRE spin-offs because one size never fits all. Lean FIRE. For those embracing extreme frugality, think tiny homes and DIY everything. Fat FIRE. For the comfort seekers who don't mind saving more for a cushier lifestyle. Coast FIRE. Save aggressively early, then let compound interest do its thing while you coast in a lower stress job. And the most relatable one? Barista FIRE. No, it's not about making lattes. It's about taking part-time work to cover living expenses while your investments grow. Essentially, it's like semi-retirement with a side of income security. These spin-offs didn't just make FIRE more accessible, they gave people permission to redefine success. Instead of aiming for complete financial independence by 40, many are now finding fulfillment by striking a balance between work and leisure, security and freedom. And honestly, that's probably the most sustainable version of FIRE yet. The ethical and human side of FIRE. Now let's talk ethics. At its core, FIRE is about freedom, but some critics argue it can feel selfish. After all, aggressively saving means spending less, and maybe even giving less. But others counter that fire enthusiasts are some of the most community-minded folks around. They share free resources, teach financial literacy, and often use their newfound time to volunteer, travel sustainably, or even start passion projects that give back.
You have been so incredibly generous.
And environmentally, fire principles like minimalism and conscious consumption are inherently green. Living with less isn't just good for your wallet, it's good for the planet. On a deeper level, fire has sparked conversations about societal norms. Why do we glorify overworking? Why is rest seen as a luxury? For many fire advocates, the movement isn't just about escaping the 9-to-5, it's about questioning the systems that trap people there in the first place. It's about imagining a world where everyone has the chance to live a life they truly love. Tools of the trade make fire work for you. So, how do you stoke your own fire? Here are some tools and tips straight from the pros. 1. Budgeting apps. Platforms like YNAB, you need a budget, and Mint are your new best friends. 2. Index funds. The backbone of most fire portfolios. Low cost, high impact. Third side hustles. Whether it's freelancing or flipping thrifted finds, extra income is fuel for the fire. 4th community. Join forums like r/fire on Reddit or local meetup groups for tips and accountability. And remember, fire isn't about deprivation. It's about aligning your spending with your values. Love travel? Budget for it? Hate cooking? Go ahead, order takeout. Just make sure your splurges are intentional. Also, don't underestimate the power of mentorship. Connecting with someone who's already on the fire journey can give you insights and shortcuts you might not find elsewhere. It's like having a guide through the financial wilderness.
If I'm going to learn, I'm going to learn from the best.
The future of fire is yours. So, what happened to the fire movement? It didn't burn out, it just adapted. In a world that feels increasingly uncertain, the core principles of fire, financial literacy, intentionality, and freedom are more relevant than ever. Maybe you're not ready to retire at 40. That's fine. But what if you could retire at 55 instead of 65? Or work part-time and spend more time with family? The real question isn't, can I do fire? It's, what does fire look like for me? Now it's your turn. Hit that like button if this inspired you to take charge of your finances, subscribe for more conversations like this, and drop a comment. What's your version of the fire dream? Let's keep the spark alive. Build your fire. Want to learn more? Check out our playlist on financial independence strategies and tools. And remember, your fire journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You've got this.